This is a render I created to explore the powerful connection between architecture and landscape. It's a personal project, but it's also one that I wanted to push myself creatively and technically. So if you've ever struggled to blend indoor and outdoor spaces, or even to create a nice dusk kind of moody environment like this, I'm going to be walking you through the exact settings that I use, so you'll want to stick around. I'll also be talking about the add-ons and assets that I use, and there'll be links in the description for all of them. This was purely a personal project. There wasn't any brief, it was just kind of a chance to explore design and visual storytelling. The goal was to highlight the transition between interior and exterior and to really feel the space opening up to the view. To achieve this, I placed the camera right at the threshold between indoor and outdoor, and I tried to carefully balance each element within the spaces. The moodboard drove most decisions, from the warm dusk tones to the material choices. Setting the time of day at dusk gave me a really soft balance of interior glow and ambient outdoor light. The HDRI is a really straightforward setup. I just got one from Polygon. This is the HDRI here, and you can get this for free. And I just did some rotation adjustments. That's literally it. You can just click on the HDRI and press Ctrl T, and you can basically adjust the rotation of the HDRI and the Z axes. And if that doesn't come up, you just need to enable Node Wrangler. And the interior lights were relatively subtle. They didn't play a huge role in lighting the actual scene up. That was mainly just from the ambient light from the HDRI. But I felt that creating some kind of warm pockets really helped to just add a bit more contrast to the scene. So I just used a emission shader with a black body node, and I generally kept it within 2700K to 3200K. But I really didn't want the artificial lights to overpower the scene, so it is quite subtle. And I really wanted to just get that balance right between the indoor and the outdoor, so that neither side felt too flat. One of the more satisfying details was the batten ceiling. It uses a brightness variation and a random UV kind of rotation across each plank. And this is the node setup that I used for this. I've used this in so many of my projects. It's a very straightforward setup, just using a geometry node, using random island, and then plugging that into the UV maps. And then there's kind of another aspect to that, which is randomly brightening and darkening each piece of geometry as it gets arrayed. So if you do want to copy that, this is the setup here. The pool definitely took a few tries. I really explored just using a standard glass shader with an index of refraction at 1.333. That was kind of okay. And then I tried a few other options, and I just ended up on this one here, and I thought it looks pretty good. So you can copy that if you want to. It's also really important to enable caustics in your world settings so that the HDRI casts light and actually it refracts onto the pool base. And you also need to just make sure that the pool plane, the water plane, is actually casting caustics and the pool base is set to receive the caustics. I use Polygon for pretty much all of my materials. I just find their qualities incredible, and particularly for ArcViz, it's just kind of a no-brainer because the consistency's there. No matter what material I use, I know it's going to be great. There's not too much messing around I need to do for that. So I brought this fireplace off Superhive and I tried experimenting with simulating fire, but no matter what I did, it just didn't turn out well. So I was like, you know what, stuff this. I'm just going to buy one. And it's pretty basic setup, but it works. And something I really love about this project was I used a new add-on that I've been wanting to check out for a while, and it's called Render Raw. And literally you can do all of your post-processing in Blender in the viewport and also on the final render. So instead of doing a traditional method, which is to render your render out and then put that in something like Photoshop or DaVinci Resolve or GIMP or something like that, you can actually do all of that within Blender. And I know that Blender does have a kind of a post-processing sort of thing in the compositor. I just really don't like it. I find it frustrating to use, and I've only really been able to get the kind of results that I can get on my Instagram. I can only really achieve that through Photoshop, and I just hate Photoshop's subscription model. It's just not very good, and I think being able to do it all in Blender is incredible, and it just saves a lot of time. And there's so many different effects that you can achieve, like vignette, curves, bloom, hue saturation, color tweaks. Pretty much anything that you need to do in Photoshop or Lightroom, you can do in this add-on, which is awesome. And there's an affiliate link in the description if you want to check it out yourself. So I really hope that this gave you inspiration or even just a few new ideas for your own work. And if there was a technique that you felt particularly useful, make sure to let me know in the description. And if you want feedback on your renders or even just want to hang out and talk about ArcViz, feel free to jump on my free Discord. I'll see you there.